What's good, the peoples? How's anybody doing today? Where's my YouTube chat at? Get over here, YouTube chat. The Earthbound Pop Tracker does this thing I don't like, where it resyncs the tracker with the checks from the server, which is useful. That means the tracker kind of takes care of itself as I play, but there are things that I have to check manually, like which shops I know are empty without having to buy everything in them, and the tracker doesn't recognize that unless I specifically save it and reload it, which is what I did with Pokemon Emerald all through that run, but I didn't do it with Earthbound because I didn't think I would have to, but I do have to. So I've got a bunch of green squares on my tracker now that I know are dead. The shops in Tucson, the shops in Wonnet, the shops in Happy Happy Village, the shops in Forsyth. Like, I know all of these are dead. The shops in Scaraba, the shops in Deep Darkness. Oh, apparently I can get into the... No, this makes sense. I can get into the Tenda's, the Lost Underworld shop, and the Fire Spring Dungeon, which may or may not be okay. But first, we're going to go to the desert. So monkey caves are available. The gold mine is available. The whole desert map is available. Okay, so we've got a lot of Earthbound to step into. I have the monkey caves. If I clicked the right setting, I have the monkey cave set to sell me everything I'm going to need inside. So there should be like a monkey shop that I can just go to and buy everything I'm going to need inside the cave. And then that way everything inside the cave will remain a check. But there's no guarantee that this desert is going to be livable. There's no guarantee that the dungeons in the desert are going to be livable. Like, I just don't know what's going to happen. Earthbound is a world with no traffic except in this one specific spot. Well, I didn't want the monkey cave completely pre-solved. I thought it would be okay to have it as a shop. Because shopping is kind of the theme of this randomizer anyway, so... So what is this check up? There's a check behind the sign. There's a present up here behind the sign. Behind this sign. Great. We don't even get to see the guy. Like, just invisible photographer man. All right, so this store should have stuff, right? Yeah, we got mana cost down for an air. Yeah, we'll buy that. Progressive gun. We're going to want that. We're going to want this too. Armor up. The pop gun is progressive. I've got a bionic slingshot. Oh, this okay. So the slingshot's not a gun. I see. I messed up. I mean, we need the progressive gun anyway, so we can eventually get a better gun. Yeah, that's not better. I always think that there's one fewer advance command than there ends up being. Because, like, Earthbound just has, you know, in a game where you have to push the confirm button to get into the menu, like, Earthbound has those confirmations in weird places. Like, this selection is pointless. Like, who cares about this? Like, skip right to this buy-sell menu, right? So I'm always thinking in my head, like, the guy's going to ask me if I want something, and I've got to say yes or no. And then on this screen, I can't just go down to the thing I want to sell. I have to actually push confirm first to get into the menu. Like, the whole game is, like, designed to be a maze of confirmation buttons. Okay. Inventory is pretty clean. Progressive head. Imperial blueprints. Okay, I know what this means, but there's a part of me that's like, I don't want the Pooh PSI. Why does this game have a character named Pooh? It's so stupid. All right, but he has a Starstorm now. Great. Okay, so this shop is done. Unless you're a shop. What are you? You have no beds in your inn. Okay, then behind here is... Oh, there's an arms dealer behind here. So I gotta buy all this. I have a hamburger. I think of all the rulers that I've thrown away, and now I have to buy one. All right, so Roger's holding all the stuff. I'm going to go ahead and give him the hamburger as well. This crawdad has it coming. So these guys are just insta wins, but they give a lot of experience. A quiet tune takes it. Oh, I didn't know this game had metal slimes. Wait, it didn't sell me a fresh egg. So this setting was supposed to sell me everything I would need to get through this dungeon, and it didn't. So the setting... Did I miss something? So an NPC is going to give me a fresh egg in here. I thought that's how the dungeon works in vanilla. Like, you find everything you need in the dungeon and, like, walk back and forth between monkeys. What's then the point of having a monkey shop outside that sells me everything I need? Listen, I'm trying to make sense of the Earthbound Monkey Dungeon. I realize that I'm the problem. Ooh. But gold isn't doing anything for me in Rogue Legacy anymore. I don't have the pencil eraser, so we're not going in there. I love these crawdads just running around. What did you want? Now get out of the way. 2 armor ups for the air. I love that. $16 pork chops, heck yeah. You love to find 16 pork chops in an unrefrigerated cardboard box in a cave. Oh, I didn't buy extra hamburgers. Okay, we gotta go buy extra hamburgers apparently. Four damage, 92 damage. Seems legit. Cool. Do I get my calorie stick back? No, it's gone. Great. I don't have a better weapon than the swing shot. Like, that's what I've got. I'm using what the randomizer gave me. I also don't like Earthbound's battle system where half the time your attacks just miss. The game sacrifices smooth gameplay on the altar of being funny. God damn it. Didn't revive him. Okay, so we need to... Oh, I used the wrong teleport spell. Okay, but the only gun that I've got is a pop gun. Like, I don't have a good gun to use. I've only found one progressive gun so far. I will change as soon as I can, but I've gotta work with what the game gives me. I would love to have Ness swinging a bat. That'd be great. I'm doing the checks. That's what I'm out there doing. Hey, I'm the one doing the massive solo Archie project here. I don't see anybody else doing it. I've looked too on YouTube, and well, Twitch's discoverability isn't great, and it doesn't archive stuff. So maybe some crazy person on Twitch has done a massive solo Archie, but I haven't found it. I found a couple people who did some good 10 game runs. So I need 2 of these. I would love to find another person who's done just an absolutely massive solo multi-world. And even after I finish this one, I still only have worked up to like 39 games. I don't remember where we need to go in this cave. I am enjoying this randomizer more than I thought I would. Another pizza. God damn it. Fine. Like, it's one thing to look at the list of games supported by Archipelago, like, look at, like, the playable AP worlds and stuff, and, like, think, oh, yeah, I could do that. It's another thing to actually sit down and do the run. Like, there's so many games on that list, like, my brain is like, yeah, I could do that. That'd be fine. But then I actually think about what that entails, which is why I haven't, like, taken the plunge on games like Outer Wilds yet. Like, both A Hat in Time and Axiom Verge are on the list for AP Worlds. And those are both incredible games. But I haven't played them in years, and I'd have to relearn them from scratch in a randomizer. Earthbound has the opposite situation. Like, I've played the game many times, and I know it reasonably well, but I don't like it very much. So, like, the randomizer has to make the game palatable for me before I'd want to play it. And it seems like it's pulling its weight. It's doing some good times. Also, my list is already very JRPG heavy. Now, if I don't deliver the egg right away, it turns into a chick, doesn't it? These are the hamburger guys. Listen, I'm not going to argue with these monkeys. I also love hamburgers. Okay. Sure. Why not? Why the heck not? Good. Assemble is good. See, I've never played Castlevania 64. I would have to just take somebody's word for it that it's good in Archipelago. I should have put up shield. I knew that this was going to happen to me. Listen, I got the Sword of Kings now. Things are fine. I find that to be the case with a lot of old games. Like, a lot of people, like, a lot of games are, like, terrible until you actually sit down and play them, and then they're fine. Sometimes it just takes a game a few, like, hardware generations to find its audience. Like, Zelda 2 was like that. People hated Zelda 2 for years, and it's only kind of in the past decade or so that people are like, wait a minute, it's fine, it's a good game. It's enjoyable. I keep hearing the chirping in the background and thinking that it's too late for my fresh egg. Oh, I went the wrong way again. Sure! Come on down. Let's have a party with the Octobots. You know what I should do is this. Mega Man Legends seems like it would be very good in the Archie. God damn, what is the hit rate on the slingshot? I don't think I would need pod racing, because Mario Kart 64 is already there. I would just need that to work. Okay, so it's not in here. I have a chick. God damn it. So now I got to remember where I got the fresh egg. Is it actually a 72% hit rate, or is it like the Final Fantasy Tactics thing where it says you'll hit 90% of the time, but 90 actually means effing never? Basically, never tell me the odds. I don't... This is the dumbest idea for a dungeon. This is what happens when people who don't design video games design a dungeon for a video game.
Wait a minute, we can design a trading sequence where you talk to a bunch of monkeys and it's funny. And the player just ends up getting lost in rooms that look identical for an hour. This is what we want our video game to be.
That's 3 misses in a row with the slingshot. What is that voice? That's the voice of every game designer I was just criticizing. That's how they all sound. I don't know why they talk like that. They just do. What do you want from me? Cool, cool. Earthbound is a game that it sacrifices its gameplay on the altar of being silly. And it does it very consistently. Like every NPC that has 4 boxes of dialogue when you really just want it to have like 1. Like you go to save your game. These are the hamburger monkeys. It's not going to be this way. Go to save your game. What do you have to do? Hi, Ness, it's your dad. Well, I gave you this much money, so if you subtract how much money you've spent, this is how much you have in your account. Also, here's how much you need to get to the next level. Here's how much Ness needs. Push the button. Here's how much Paula needs. Push the button. Here's how much Jeff needs. Push the button. Here's how much Poop Man needs. Push the button again. Well, anyway, what can I do for you next? Now you can save the game. And then after you do that, well, Ness, don't put yourself too hard. Are you going to keep playing or are you done for the day? And then you have to confirm that you're going to keep playing. And then there's another dialogue box after that. You have to do that every single time you want to save the game, without exception. And the writers were probably thinking, is this... Yeah, here we go. Yes, you can have this fresh egg. The writers are probably thinking like, oh, this is funny. Like players will think this amusing dialogue is fun and cool and interesting. I think we're done here because the last door is blocked by... Yeah, we're red in the monkey caves now. The last door is blocked by the pencil. So the writers of the game are thinking like, yeah, players will find this like amusing and silly and charming, and they do the first time they see the dialogue. But you've got to go through that rigmarole every time you want to save the game. And the game is full of little things like that. The degree to which a player can tolerate gameplay bending to the writing in such a way varies from player to player. I had a great tolerance for that sort of thing when I was a kid. When this game first came out and I was 15... But I found as I grew older, I became less and less tolerant of that sort of thing over time. And then fast forward 20 years, and it's why I don't like Undertale very much. Same thing. It's Final Starman. My tolerance for games that can go into Archie is like, is this reasonably finishable? If I were to play this randomizer alone, is it like reasonably finishable inside of one long sitting? Like if it's going to take me 8 hours, that's fine, but longer than that, and like it's just a time commitment that I don't think is reasonable in a randomizer. And that's where I would question games like Etrian Odyssey. Like, how can you do a run of Etrian Odyssey that only takes 8 hours? What does that even look like? How much do you have to change the experience? Like, how much do you have to remove from the experience to get the game down to 8 hours? Like, it would take 8 hours to just walk through the dungeon and collect all the stuff, not even taking like battles into account. Health for the Reckless Heir. Yeah, Persona 5, like, I enjoyed Persona 5, but I enjoyed it with gritted teeth because it took 120 hours to complete. Like, even if you know the game perfectly, randomizing it feels like it would be like just absolutely insane. All right, that butterfly just doesn't want to be caught. So what is this check here? Food cart. There's the gold mine. Okay. So there's a present over here. I have the mining permit. All this is green. Progressive gun. I don't know what this is, but I'm going to buy it. Wasn't progression, so... So I got more reward, and then I got everything inside the cave.
Can I ride the bulldozer?
I'm going to right-hand wall this. Oh, I should probably equip this progressive gun. A boiled egg. Okay, I'm going to equip that. We'll stop missing at least. I don't like that his attack is still bash, even though he's equipped with a sword. I think one more progressive gun and Vrex will be okay. Okay, so this dungeon's not out of reach for us, which is something I worry about sometimes. Hey, it's our first puzzle pieces of the day. Got a Viper. Great. I did rando the bosses. These are just random moles that turn back into moles. How lucky was that Sword of Kings? Do you pretty much always come across the Sword of Kings when you play this? The randomizer? I didn't even see the ants. I did not even see the little black pixel. So it's kind of like finding the Mazamune in FF1. Vrex is going to eat his boiled egg. He's going to eat both of his boiled eggs. I'm glad the game doesn't count this as a back attack. That would be absolutely asinine. Oh, we're dead. Great. We had to kill the spheres last. Dust of Ages is just filler. We're not that excited to see Dust of Ages. I'll break from the right-hand wall rule to get this. Many Shamblers. That was not worth using. Cool. Cool. Like, I'm not going to survive another fight in here, but I don't really have a choice but to press on. I might actually survive this, because this thing only has its tooth and nails, right? Unless he puts up a shield that reflects damage. Cool, that's 2 rounds of the fight. Oh my god. He can do this as much as he wants, can't he? I'm going to lose this fight 2 damage at a time. Because he can just refill his health whenever he wants. Nope, never mind, we got him. He should have filled his health up more. I don't know what to tell you. You got a healing spell, use it. Okay, that's a lot of monsters. That's... Jeez. It's like those fights in Final Fantasy 1 where you just get stun locked by undead. And then you have to sit there for 5 minutes doing absolutely nothing but pushing the button to advance the... Or you just die 1 damage at a time. Come on. Why would you dodge on 1 health? Take the L, my dude. Alright, we gotta go back in there. Of course, it puts us at the far opposite end of the desert. We really do have to go all the way to the end and around. Alright, we'll go left-hand wall this time, and hopefully run into the other moles and treasures along the way, maybe, hopefully. I gotta step away for 2 minutes, I'll be right back. Alright, once more onto the breach. Again, I don't have a map of this area in the tracker. I don't know why trackers don't include maps of places like this. It seems like a strange oversight that they would put that much effort into making a really good tracker. I've been here before, dang it. But then like not have maps of this or like Peaceful Rest Valley, like they're huge mazes. It doesn't seem like it would be more difficult to put this map in the tracker than like the main desert map. It feels weird to criticize stuff like that because, like, on one hand, these trackers are made by people, like, as a labor of love. Like, it's free labor. Should I be lucky to just have a tracker at all? But on the other hand, it's like, but you guys didn't make something that works. Because it looks like what they did is they took like maps from like VG maps or something. Like the maps of these areas have been available for years. And then they just programmed the squares to show up and attach to your logic. And logically it works. I've got a square that lists all of the presents and checks inside of this dungeon. So, like, the logic is already there. They just didn't put a map in place. This is another weird thing about this game. Look at this. It's a UI thing. You push the button to go to the menu. And then you have to wait for like 3 seconds before your money and your hit points appear. But if you push the other button, they appear immediately. Why don't you just have everything appear at once? Why do I gotta wait for 2 seconds? All I wanted to see was, does he still have that crying effect? Do I have to heal it? I've read that like the Shenmue games have kind of some of these same issues because the gameplay is designed by like writers and not game designers that kind of just feel baffling to people. There's a lot of monsters in this dungeon. I wonder if I can mop up all these unassuming local guys with a fire. Nope. Well, one of them. Yeah, look how long it takes to resolve uninteresting combat in this game. What is a spectrum beam? Just a weapon that I can equip? Yes, please. I have a spectrum beam now. It'll be nicer if I can one-shot a bunch of stuff here. I legitimately can't see these ants on the screen. Usually I can see the little black pixels moving around, but not these ones. Alright, Guardian Digger, let's see how you like my spectrum beam. He did not like it. Yeah, we'll just slog our way through these guys again. And what you want to see on monsters that attack you and like en masse and barely do any damage to you and generally take 2 hits to kill, you definitely want to give them an ability that lowers your accuracy or makes you miss turns. Like, we're at the point now, I think the game should be giving me these battles for free. Maybe that's an option they should add to the randomizer. Like, reduce the threshold at which the game thinks you should have freebie wins. Like this. And logically, even that freebie win should have done like 20 or 30 damage to both of my guys, right? $100. I think we've been over here already. Yes. But we didn't come from down here. No. What's left in here that I still need to do? Three more presents, and I think one more mole. There's a story. I have no idea if it's true, but it's kind of been passed around as an urban legend for years. That Nasir Gabelli, the programmer for the first few Final Fantasy games, in Final Fantasy II, made the Ultima spell worthless on purpose to make some kind of point about like how sometimes legendary things are bad. That's kind of how I feel when you play games that are obviously not designed by game designers. Like, because even if he's right, like, even if, well, first of all, even if the story is true, I don't even know if it is. But, like, even if he's right, even if he has, I think we came from this way. Even if he has, like, a point to make with the decision to make that, the Ultima spell worthless. Even if he's right, it makes for a terrible gameplay experience. Oh, there was a present here.
It's a lucky sandwich.
I'm going to eat that, I think. But I feel that way about the death explodes. Like, the smiling sphere explodes and it deals 300 damage to your whole party. But since it does it at the end of combat, you only take like 20 or 30 damage. Excuse me, I was facing the other guy. So it could be like either you're going to kill the sphere first and then face an immediate game over, because then you have to eat the full 300 damage. But like this fight, because we killed the sphere last, it was the only enemy in the encounter, we took the explosion at the end, and we only took like 20 or 30 damage. But like a player's not going to know that's going to happen the first time. You have to learn that lesson by getting a game over halfway in the dungeon. And it doesn't even make any like in-universe sense that your HP slowly rolls down, and if you somehow end the combat before it rolls all the way down, you can stop the damage from happening. Like, that doesn't even make any logical sense within the fiction of the world. That's purely a game mechanic, but it's not a game mechanic that's based on anything. It's just a thing the game does. I need to get into that room up there. Oh, we found the mice again. I guess I haven't gone this way yet. There's a fantastic inside. Ugh, I just don't want to slog through these guys repeatedly. The local guys I think we can take out in one shot. The woolly mammoths here take 2 shots. Cool, now Roger's going to kill himself, so he's just out of the fight. Oh, Rex is one-shotting these guys sometimes. Neat. Farewell, Guardian Digger. Okay, so I think all the encounters are out of here now because I took out all the moles. Okay, we got everything in the dungeon. Beautiful. It's a lot of work for a cup of coffee. Alright, stuff in the underworld. Bear with me 1 second. Alright, so it looks like I can get into the Tenda camp here and the cave at the end. Like this was closed, or it's still closed. It's because I've got Tenda Kraut. Hooray. Ah, puzzle pieces. Progressive legs. $5,000 gold. Puzzle pieces. Progressive shelf. 1K. Progressive shelf. 2E. All right, I think we're up here. Yeah, that looks right. Right there. This looks like down here. Well, it looks like down there. That doesn't mean it is down there. But this is too blue and too yellow. Like, it looks like it could go right here. Oh, there's writing on the edge of this, so it's going to go here. This says Stygia. Cool. Oh, that looked correct. Yeah, this is definitely part of the walls of Dis. It's going to be over here. Boom. Okay, what are you? You're a little more tricky. Where do you go? This orange is what I'm looking at here and why I'm trying it in all these spaces. This is good puzzle doing music. Boom. All right, we go to the dungeon down here and see if this is another... well, first we need to see if the monsters are killable. It might have rolled into like an endgame monster spot situation. This poor crocodile. But I don't actually know the layout of this dungeon. We're gonna learn. What's in here? It's a good question to ask. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 presents and the sanctuary. We're kind of taking these guys out pretty easily. Well, here's this mechanic again that I just talked about 10 minutes ago. So we're one-shotting this stuff in here, but we just got to pay the nuclear robot tax every fight. Bag of fries? Why, yes. Yes, I will. Oh, we like that, precious. Yes, Looting 3 book. Fantabuloso. sad when you got to take out Benny the cab. Thank you, Roger. Of course, I don't know if I can actually make an anvil or not. Let's go out this door first. I'm a simple man. I see a present, I take a present. Dirty rubble. Dirty, dirty rubble. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. That rocks. The game does its best to be encouraging, which I appreciate. It's encouraging without being condescending, like Undertale. That game's like, you feel filled with determination. I'm like, bitch, don't tell me how to feel. I'm my own person. This is the second sanctuary? We done one? I didn't know we've done one. PSI... Thunder... Gamma. Cool. Cool spell. Glad I have this. I'm glad I have Thunder Gamma. God damn it. I don't blame Earthbound. I blame Dragon Quest, okay? Dragon Quest did this to us. Still gives us the 8th note. Somewhere Otis had a feeling of being watched by himself. I'm glad we don't actually need Ness in order to... There's still 3 more presents we've got to find in here. I've already been over here. Missing something in an early sphere somewhere. I've got 4 other games in the multi-world. I'm missing lots of stuff in early spheres. That's just the nature of the beast. I had to step away from crosscode because some of the Sphere Zero checks were kind of above my pay grade as far as equipment went. Although since then, I've gotten much better equipment and I've opened areas of the world with much easier enemies. So there's all kinds of crosscode stuff that's still in Sphere Zero that I stepped away from that we'll get back to here after Earthbound is done. I also don't have any understanding at all of how Minecraft interacts with spheres. Like, what does Sphere Zero even mean in Minecraft, right? I don't know. We're gonna find out together. I know I've got some checks in Minecraft. Well, slap me with a trout. Please don't actually slap me with a trout. That sounds slimy and horrible. And does that turn me gray? I'm still missing Lone Cave Present. Great. What could that mean? I don't know. Is this a lone cave? No. Let's climb up this rope out here. Maybe I didn't do that. Are you the lone cave? You're the lone cave. Alright, so I think that brings us to the end of Earthbound, then. We'll get out of here and I'll click through the maps just to make sure, but... Can I teleport from here? Nope. All right, let's take a look here. 1X only has shops, which I've cashed out. Tucson only has shops, which I've cashed out. Happy Happy Village only has shops, which I've cashed out. Threed I can't reach. Grapefruit Falls I can't reach. Saturn Valley I can't reach. Desert only has shops, which I've cashed out. Foresight only has shops, which I've cashed out. Winters I can't reach. Summers I can't reach. Dalam I can't reach. Scaraba only has shops. Swampland only has shops. Tenda Village, I need the Shyness book. Underworld is cached. Magicant is cached. Hello? Button press, button press. Why are you disguising your voice like that? Button press. Are you pretending to be? Button press. Oh, well, it's not a big deal. Button press. I sense the humor at the time of this. Button press. I deposited $79,000 in your bank account. Button press. Taking away what you spent, you should now have. Button press. $90,000 in the bank. Button press. Well, XP to get to the next level. Button press. Vrex, 7,000. Button press. Roger, 22,000. Button press. And anyway, what do you really need? Now I can save my game. All done. Button press. Button press. Button press. Can I keep playing? Button press. Button press. Button press. Button press. Just to save the game. Should be 2 buttons. Open menu, save game. Done. If I wanted to know how much XP I have, I would check that. If I wanted to know how much money I had in my bank account, I would check that. I didn't check that. It's not what I wanted to know. Okay. Moving on to the next game here. I was a young man when that game came out. I was 15 when Earthbound came out. And I thought it was dumb then that I had to press the button 30 times and listen to my dad talk about money and XP and all this other stuff just to save the game. When that game came out in 1995, Final Fantasy VI had already come out. You know how you save your game in Final Fantasy VI? Button press, open the menu, navigate to the save button, push the save button, confirm. You're done. Takes 2 seconds. You don't have to listen to anybody chatter about money or experience or anything like that. It's just you open the menu, click save, you're done. All right. I have another chest I can get in Rookie Harbor. All the checks are rolling in. We'll make our way down to where the new chest is. It's down there. Oh, no, I can't get it. We just haven't received the key yet. This is the right map, right? Yeah, okay. This is the right map. I got chili dogs. There's my heat, so I have fire abilities now. Which means we gotta expend our fire CP. Oh no, this is saying it's in logic, but it's not. This chest type doesn't match what the logic says. Well, let's see what new equipment we have. Oh, that's a lot of resistance. Yeah, we'll put that on. Level 28 weapon. Level 47 weapon. Sneaky Shiv. Attack plus 51. Yes. Then a humming razor for another plus 23. Yes. Level 33 armor. Good. Level 42 boots. I need circuits. A dash art. And a melee art. I think we want this one, the enemy whirl, so we'll take that. Take attack by 4. I'll take attack by 4. I'll take attack by 4. I'll take attack by 4. I will not take the one that goes perfect guard. Max HP. Max HP. Defense by 4. Okay, so that's the first treasure box that has not matched what the tracker says. I've got shops available in Rhombus Square, but I've got no money. So I can get to that now. Because I've got fire, so I can get through that ice there. So where am I coming from? Probably jumping across these. Or am I jumping from over here? No, we're not getting up there. Surely not. I don't see the path here. Even if we came in from the side, which I don't think is possible. Yeah. We'd be blocked right here. So it's not that. We're not jumping from any houses or anything. It's got to be down here somewhere. So we've got to be jumping from up there to the left. We need to get higher, though. Yeah, look at all that. It thinks I can get over there and break those. So it thinks I can get up there, which means it thinks I can get on this roof, which I probably can from here. No? I probably can from here. No? About here. This is better. Wait, no, I just ended up where I was originally. Oh, okay, the jump works. Progressive liches. That's an interesting thing to get. Okay, next. This check is called Behind Ice in East. over there. Alright, so what's the play here? Getting on top of this house would do the trick. I'm not coming around this way. Maybe I was supposed to come up from below. Well, I didn't do that already? Oh yeah, I was supposed to come up from here. No, that doesn't get me up there. That gets me... You know what? I don't know where that gets me. This map's done, in any event. We've got... The Bergen Village Weapon Shop is open, and there's a chest hidden cave in the west. It's up there. These were not open before, but they're open now because I've got fire attack. Triple stat increase for the air. Love it, love it, love it. And then we need... Weapon shop. Like I need to buy stuff in this game, but I just don't have money. We're gonna have to do shop runs later. Okay, so up here, the mine guard should let me through. All right. Thought that was a monster. So if I had the boss key, that would open this door, right? Why does it say it's green in my logic then? I don't know. Oh, we do this. Keys work different here. So this door will open. Yeah, because I've got the big key for here. So we're fighting the boss already. Alright, let's see if I can remember how to fight bosses in this game. I think it wants me to knock back the bombs that it sends out. And then we get some healing back. Doing a terrible job dodging attacks. You can see why I've got to turn down the combat difficulty in this game. Otherwise, you do have to actively push the dodge button to dodge everything. But I've got like level 40 equipment, and I've got enemy damage cranked way down, so we should be fine just tanking hits if we have to. It turns all the bombs on the field into homing shots. All right, that's the boss. Go mode in this game is when we get all 4 elements and we defeat all 4 of the temple bosses, of which this is the first. Okay, so that was not the blue ice shade. That was a library thing. But now we have to go back in the dungeon and actually get some of the treasures. And we start by... I think we need this. Why doesn't this work? Does it need to touch everything in the room? Yes. Okay. All right, so we've got 2 downs, an up, and a left. I don't have a right, so we're going to start with this, I think. Or I can fire down at this. Turn up. Use my left here. Is that going to work? You have to be up there. So I don't want these aligned necessarily with the grates. But I've only got downs and ups. So down here seems like it would be a good start. And then the up down here. The up down here. That's a word that I've said. This left can come out to here, and then this down to here, and then that should be a solved puzzle, one thinks. Hurrah. Great. Lower Temple Mine now requires fewer keys to progress. That's interesting. Why did that happen? How many do I have? I have 2. So what I need to do in this game is find all 4 elements, of which I found 4, and defeat the bosses of the 4 major temples. So I do have to complete quite a lot of this. And it's been a couple years since I played, so I don't remember the game very well. So I'm kind of like relearning a lot of the puzzles and stuff from scratch. It is a big game. It's an enormous game for sure. What does this button do? Gives me this. Okay, so we're putting one here. No, we're getting this last one from up here. Let me see what's actually in here. There are treasures in here that I need to get. The boss is dead. But I think this is like solved. This is pretty standard. You go here. And then usually when you solve a puzzle room, it puts it into a state where you can easily traverse it backwards or forwards. So this should be solved. Yeah, see, like it gives me this little platform that I can use now. So when I shoot this, so I need to shoot this and then get this back into place. Boom. In a box, which I can't open because it's a gold box. But the box is there and it's accessible for when I want it next time. Great. My intent is for this to feel like a big backbone game. Like Pokemon Emerald, Final Fantasy XII, or Ocarina of Time. The difference is those games all have over 1,000 checks. This game's got about 400 total. I've got green down this direction. Yeah, that's the thing, is the checks in this game are not very dense. And here's where you learn how to use the bomb rocks. But like, it is a really fun game. Can I just blow these up now? Oh, we got it. That went up for some reason. Okay, so I can't hit it twice, can I? No, the second shot always blows it up. That's what you do. You hit it with the fire shot and it gets launched like a rocket. Meaty risotto. Well, I should have been doing that in the boss fight then. That would have made the boss fight quite a lot easier. Metal Gears. Cool. There's this one down here though. Progressive shelf unlock. I think that's what I want. So now I can jump over here. Well, I guess I could have done that anyway. So this room's got a gold chest in it. I guess we'll go ahead and solve it anyway, just to have the experience of doing it. Like, some of these puzzles I don't think you're supposed to have the heat element for yet. Yeah, like this chest I'm not going to be able to get. Oh, that's ice. Let's turn on fire and see if you like that better. There you go. It's a gold chest. Can't do anything with it. I kind of wish there was a way that, like, all these little breakables, like a breakable sanity rule. Because in the base game, you break some number of these, and there's an NPC that keeps track of each one that you break and then gives you rewards when you go back to them. I feel like there's an Archie option in there somewhere. Okay, so we've got to come around a different way to get that. Oh, just hello. Easy peasy. Oh, I didn't go all the way to the box, though. I just picked up the pickaxe. The pickaxe, I think, is for quests, which is why that didn't get randomized. It's a quest turn-in. I don't think there's any reason to go... Oh, there is. I have to go up this way to get to the stairs. Well, let's just go straight there and see what's blocking me. I don't have another key. Never mind. We're not doing anything else down here. Oh, no, we're red in this dungeon. We can't be here anymore. Well, alright then. We'll go... Autumn's Rise. Actually, we need to... This screen is available now. Is it that screen? Oh, there's a teleporter here, but I didn't access it. So we need to get that first. These guys are all one hits now. Spank a buffalo. You know, sometimes in life you just gotta spank a buffalo. What I really need is money more than anything. Schneider's waiting at Old Obelisk. Is that down here? Yes. How do I get there? Obelisk Lake? I guess it's Obelisk Lake over. So I guess I was there, actually. Right, okay, we gotta talk to you. I would like the games to not have these plot flags I've got to hit. Is that my shock? It is my shock. Cool. So that's my third element, which means we should go into the circuit board and level it up. It's got dash. One of these is not going to have a melee art. Looks like this does. I like these attacks with a radius. So we're going to grab that first. Here's a sword. There's a sword. There's a sword. There's HP. What's this? Ranged attacks by 6. What do I have to take here? This is a throw art. Throws a projectile that creates delayed lightning bolt damage at everything around it. That sounds great. And it's got melee attack bonus behind it. You know what? Same reasoning here. Love that for me. And we'll take defense. Okay, so I've got 3 of the 4 elements. Beautiful. And I don't actually have to go up there. I just had to get this check. Oh, there's so much. There's stuff in Bergen Trail again. Start here. Hermit House has a shop, and then there's Spike Heights lower down there. Are you guys easy to kill now? Oh, Emily's with me. I didn't see that. I thought maybe NPCs, like party members, were just removed from the game because it's the randomizer, but no, she was just waiting for me to do that join the guild cutscene before she jumped in my party. What do you think, Penguin? Oh yeah, you're going down quick. This check here. Armor up. Love to see it. Inside of Hermit House is a shop. Nothing I need. Okay. East, then continue east, then south. It's a gold chest. I can't get that. And that was a flying seahorse shooting bubbles. Yes, yes it was, Emily. Oh, that sends me forward. That's not good. This game is filled with amazing characters. I ended up loving every character in this game. Okay, so what am I looking for, actually? Well, I guess I don't have a map of the area. Lofty Heights, there's a bronze chest. Here, oh, maybe it's because I'm in combat. Can't check the map in combat, that's right. We have to go all the way up to the top over here. Oh, these grow back, that's right. I'm bad at this game. Attack up for the air. Love it. Now we're going back south. Alright, we need the south exit out of here, too. I'll spank some rabbits real quick. Well, no, that's not the way. We need to go take the other exit and circle around. Oh, we don't. We go down this way, perhaps? Yes, okay, this looks correct. Now we can go... Nice being more powerful than the monsters in the area. Alright, this is where we need to be. Because I should be able to get into that cave now. We just have to find the appropriate path. I need to save some of these, don't I?
That's the puzzle.
Well, I can't save this one. Let's break that one. There we go. Triple stat increase. You love to see it. Emily, you've got to... You're having trouble. I understand. All right, where am I going now? West-northwest is the Hermitage. Then north and west from there. Yeah, we need to go west from here, and then there's a cave. And I think I've got a green check inside the cave. So, am I bopping around from over there? From this side? From down here, maybe? Okay, yeah, there's no other exits out of this screen, so... we need to be jumping across this. So we're coming up around this. We're not coming up from below, though. So, how are we getting up there? You guys are standing up there. I love all just the random NPCs standing all over the place. that kind of give you an indication of where it's possible for you to go. Well, now it seems obvious when you put it like that. Excuse you, rabbit. Get out of here. Do I jump down over there? I missed. There's nowhere to jump to anyway from there. That's not right. Okay, so we could probably continue going south. Where are you going? Girl, please. That's where I wanted to be. Yes, this works. Okay. I do have one chest on this screen, and then we got to go in this cave. There's the chests. So we're jumping from up top. Cool. I missed. Steak rare. Delicious. That wasn't right. There's an option you can turn on in the New Game Plus menu to make all platforms slippery. I doubt any human being has ever turned that option on, ever. So why would you want to play the whole game like that? So I don't have anything up here. Peng Peng Den. Like, there's no... The check up here is red, but I don't really know why. But this screen has... Probably this way. Okay, I've got to jump across this. It's precarious, slippery jumps all the way down. Fantastic. All right, so that's everything in Bergen Trail. And now we go out to the next gigantic overworld area. That's what should have happened there. All right. There's a million checks here. First, I've got a chest down here. Up there, okay. This shop shouldn't open. Oh, it is open. It's nothing I want, but... Nice, that goes nowhere. It's kind of like the evolution of like old school like Dragon Warrior games where you walk around the edge of the map to find hidden NPCs and stuff. Okay, that was some lumber, it looks like. Only shops carry checks. These little, just normal, like, tiny vendors don't, I guess. So that's the chest I'm trying to get to. Okay, so I'm not going up from there, surely. Aha. Next screen has 2 chests. And then that one. So we're jumping from here. We're jumping from here. We're jumping from down here. So we need to get that turned on. So we need to turn that switch there. Like this whole section is like really interconnected. So I think what I'm going to do is just try to find switches that make sense to me. Like we're going to just take this path and follow it until we can get up onto it. I feel like I spent hours solving all of these overworld areas the first few times I played. That guy's not a quick kill. Alright, so we're not following this around. Yeah, it didn't go anywhere anyway. Oh, I lost the plot here. I need to get up on top of that. Okay, that's not jumpable. That's not jumpable. That's not jumpable.
Oh, we're coming up from the south here. We're not going this way at all. To reach that, I need to reach this. So those two chests are connected. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Puzzle pieces. Some lumber. Perfection. But we actually have to be on the other side of that to open this. We're not jumping to anywhere from up here. That's like a back route situation. So we got to come from down there. Let's head up this way. Okay, so that's the end point. Blocked. Cool. So we have to go down and then presumably right or left. Okay, well this chest looks reachable. Puzzle pieces. Looks more likely down here, right? Good. Progressive shelf unlock. Okay. Key to a locker. There's another warp point here. There's a treasure chest by the tree, but it's gold. Is that the end of the path? Here's this box. That's the one that I can get from here. Okay, so we're going out to the south. One box here. So we need to get up on top of this, which means this, which means this, which means down there perhaps, which means over here, which means this, which means this. Is it just that easy? Sometimes, kids, it's just that easy. Where do we need to jump to? Up here? Over here. I forgot where I was going. This is where I wanted to be. Triple stat increase. Great. That's just my plant lady saying that she is enjoying all the plants that I'm scanning for her. Oh, I see. We hop across. Emily, your equipment kind of is terrible. You got to be better. Oh, this isn't turned on yet. From over here. From downtown. What am I doing? But this makes sense. Well, I thought this made sense. Oh, we got to jump from there. Okay, I see. Yes. We want to go up, not across the blaster. Progressive series unlock. Cool. So from here, we need to turn this stuff on. We need to turn that on. Which means we need to get up top, which means we need to come from over here. Which means we need to get up there. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff I need to do here. There should be an angle I can hit this from. Maybe not. We got some plants. All right, what am I doing then from here? I can jump on top of this rock. Does that help me? I go wide or I go too narrow here. You do end up spending a lot of the game doing this, like trying to get these trick shots to work. I need to respond to a message real quick. Okay. Sorry, I've got negotiations I'm dealing with on the other side of the universe. Okay, so I came in here for a reason. The game wouldn't send me up here unless the next one's not hittable. Am I hitting this one over here, maybe? Doesn't look to be the case. Unless I can get it from another angle. Maybe I was supposed to have that cleared already. No, there's no way up here. We've determined. That's going to go places. It's not going to come from places. This looks like it's frustrating, but I actually don't mind this at all. I spend hours doing this to know... with no issues. Okay, sometimes the trick shot works. Triple stat increase. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have jumped back down. Got it. Okay, that's where we were trying to get to, but then there's that over there, which we're going to come around the other side, surely. He's a genius. How does he keep calling it like that? Okay, now we can go up here. Now we get this shortcut, and this goes back here to a box. 2 puzzle pieces as my reward. This is why I want crosscode in my Archie. This is very, very rewarding to me. Zervitar key. That's a small key for crosscode. Am I doing something like this? Perhaps. Yeah. Now this is open. But I haven't opened the other sides yet. I think I jumped down prematurely. Blocked. Yeah, I jumped down prematurely. You know, premature jump down. Happens to a lot of guys. Okay, so the button's going to turn that on and this on. How am I getting to it? From there. Oh, I see it. It's the easiest thing in the world. Oh, we've already been up here. Okay, then it's got to come from down here. Which means that, which means this passage connects to this over here. Okay, I see it over there. These land sharks are very aggressive. Okay, so we want to hop up here. This is... This should be right. Now that's on, and that's on, and that comes down. Great, so this is all interconnected now. Hop up, hop across. This is what we've been working towards. Bottle rocket for a psychic child. We're like a third of the way done with this desert. Okay, we're in barren land. We want to go south from here. And there's goodies. There's also a path up here somewhere. This is what we were working on a minute ago. All right, are we... Is our business here concluded? Doesn't feel like it is. We need to get that. None of this is turned on. Good. Okay. We have our next project. This is always going to be too many bounces, isn't it? Yeah. That's the only place it can really come from, though. It looks so tantalizingly close. All right, I'm going to give up on that. So where do I hit you from then, friendo? We're not coming up from the south. If I could get in there, I could solve it, but that's axiomatic. And there's nothing down here. Is there an angle where I just go straight in? I mean, That's not the worst idea I've ever had. It looks like they planned for that. Oh, wait a minute. Perfect. I don't know if that was the intended strat, but that's what we're doing. Chicken? Was this all for that chicken? Is there anything else to do up here? It appears that that's all there is to do up here. So this is not turned on. So we got to hit that. We got to get higher, which probably means standing on that, or down here, which I can't reach with a jump. Excuse me, I'm allergic to deserts. Let me see if I know where I am. I think I know where I am. So we've got to come from the south to turn that on, which means we should go out the west. Okay, here's the next, whatever this is. Am I going up top here at all? Possibly. I'm gonna let Emily take care of those. I want this turned on. Alright, all the monsters, all of them really. Yeah, they all want some. Level up. Okay. We need to go south out of this map to get back on the trail we were on previously. South means down there, which means we've got to cross this. Which means we've got to get up there. So we've got to get up onto that from a different direction. Is that happening from the north, maybe? So we can't solve our south problem until we can... No, it's not happening from here. That wouldn't go anywhere. So where is it happening from? Maybe I am jumping down from the north. From that side, perhaps? There's no way across. And from this side, there's also no way across. From one level up. Oh, actually, I do see a path over there. Let's go see what's happening. It's a purple scorpion. Okay, we got some uppies here. It's like a free chest. That's rare in this game. Being up top here does seem to be like a thing we could do. Where am I at? I'm on Torn Road. Ah, we can backtrack from here and open up this passage. We ought to do that. And there's a box over here anyway. Okay, so that's open up now. That box I can't get right now. That's a gold box. To get this box, which is in logic, we've got to open that. Can't we just get up there? Not from this direction. We're going to be coming back from here, though. Apparently not. Yeah, we're not coming back from here. Okay. So that's like moving on with the game. There's just so many boxes we've passed up. We got to solve all of this. Back to work. We're not jumping from the right over here, but it looks like there's uppies. Some uppies. I don't have infinite uppies, but I have some uppies. Oop, that's my phone. I'll be right back. That was my lady wife. She got back from a graduation ceremony. She works with... What did I jump in that hole for? Why would I do that to myself? Why would I do that to all of you? She works at a special needs school, K through 12. So even though most of the kids she works with are like actual kids, every year she's got 1 or 2 students that are actually graduating from high school. And today was their graduation ceremony. And why am I here? I guess I haven't gone this way. We've been over here. I want that box. I want it right now. I need that. Okay, I need that button. I need... To get to that button, we're not jumping from over there. We're coming from around the top. We must. So we've got to hit this switch. But we've got to be up on that ledge to hit the switch. So the uppies that I have don't help to get back that way. Because all these places I can reach anyway. It's just to jump down here and open this passage up. I think we've exhausted the uppies in that direction. Are we coming up from... Oh, here we go. It would jump across there. That would get me to... Yeah, that would get me down into there. And then it would open up both directions. If I came from down here... There is a path. What are the chances we can reach it? Bad, because we'd have to come from over here. We'd have to come from up here. In fact, I can't even see over there to gauge what's going on. This kind of is the end of the road, though. So unless there's a south that I missed... South isn't going to help me. Coming up from the south would just dead end in all these places. I'm going to take out my aggression on some scorpions. That's too high. What am I doing? Now, if I get this puzzle, I can enter that screen from the south, which is what it looks like I'll probably be doing. But I gotta figure all this out first. That's too high. We're not just gonna hit that from off screen. Maybe we are gonna come back. Hold on. I wrote this screen off too early, perhaps. I did. Look at this. It's right here. Boom, boom. Up here. Now we're exactly where I need to be. Break some cacti. Hit this. Do this little puzzle. Turn all those on. Get across here, jump down. Well, first of all, we can go in here and get this. A great charm. It's great. Emily's just stuck forever. This is what we've been waiting for. Hallelujah. So I can get this now. So this is not turned on. Yeah, there's still a box on this screen. I need this turned on, which means over there, it's going to be turned on from the other direction. Okay. Okay, I can't really see over there. I guess this is a path that's takeable. And it's the correct path. Swing. Oh, wait. Whoops. We're gonna go bang them this way now. I think about the agony it must have been to get all of these like super intricate maps built. Like this must have taken superhuman levels of patience and testing to get right. So this is open now. Wait, am I going around again? Hold on, what do I need to get to? I need to get to that path. Yeah, okay, that path there. Which is this. No, this makes sense. Yep, this makes sense. We just got to go around again, that's all. I was jumping from this? Yes. Spicy bun. Okay. Now we continue south. To the overpass. So was I trying to get to like this? We can't get to this path. It's not reachable. All right, let's go south. Oh, I can't go south from the overpass. We determined. Yeah, because I need that switch, which means I need to walk the overpass. Am I coming from over here, perhaps? Oh, yeah, that's possible, perhaps. Maybe not. I haven't opened this yet. That seems like an oversight. No, this is correct. We could have just opened this at any point. So we've got that now. Got this now. There's my south. Okay, where's the boxes here? There's one on this side. Jumping from the overpass. And then there's one on the other side of the map. We got to go find it and then find the path to it. Up there. So we're probably just jumping from here, right? Not quite. There we go. Puzzle pieces. Oh no, I opened up my Windows menu. Progressive bat to a psychic child. Okay. And now we can freely take the south out of here. So I've got that over there. Am I just jumping over? I got some uppies here. Oop, that's not high enough? Or did I not jump at the right angle? We gotta go this way. Alright, we got this uppie situation from down here. Okay, so I'm not going to hit that from there. Everything's got to be done from this screen. Not necessarily. There's a path on the south. Is that where we're coming from? I don't see a way there. We might be opening the path and then coming back from the other direction though. Gourmet steak. Well, that's done. Does this up take me back to... Yes. Fantastic. We've finally looped all the way back around to that box. What am I doing to get up there? Don't know the answer to that question yet. I mean, obviously we got to hit that switch, but anywhere I can hit that switch from... Does not necessarily look promising. Like to get to the path on the previous screen, we've got to open all the gates on this screen. That's kind of what I'm concluding. Where would I fire a shot from? Over there. Left, and that would bounce up, right, up. So if I can get on top of this, which I can just do this. He's got to be analytical. He's got to look at the world and... Oh, but we're still not coming from this direction. Of course not. We've still got to get up there. I can get there now. Yeah, 2 chests are available here. Okay, let's see if we can figure this out from this direction. Because there was no uppies over here, right? No uppies. And we're trying to get to this exit. That's the goal. That'll get to the previous screen and get me boxes there. So I've got to find uppies on this screen that links to that top path. Also got a box here, which suggests this bottom path is uppyable. Too low. Okay. All right, am I cooking over here? Am I onto something? This is looking very promising. What's up, guys? And then we need to be in the center-ish, don't we? This is all well and good. But I need to be up there. On the center path somehow. There's not a jump up here that I missed, no. You get a better look at where these gates actually physically are. You're just blocking that off. So it looks like I'm going to come up from the center here. Which I could do if I could reach the tops of these mesas, but I don't think I can from any direction. And that's the top of the map. We have to wait for birds to swoop down because we can't just aim upwards. This is the only spot on the map where I see where we can get up. The alternative is that I misread this screen, that we're going to come in from the left here. Which means jumping from all this. Which doesn't necessarily seem infeasible. Because we do have some uppies here. That's too high. That's the end of the uppies in that direction. And we've got no uppies in this other direction. Do I have any other options on this map? Until we turn that on. There's not another map to my left that we can navigate from. The double gates here are a little strange. That box is gold, so we're not opening it. Is that reachable over there with the uppies that I've got? This is reachable. Right, we were here. We were trying to hit that. Which is not going to happen. Getting over there wouldn't do anything. So what good am I doing up here? Because I would go through there and just get a chest. Okay. It looks like the power for that is across the way. Over there. Same with that. If I could get up on any of these ledges. That's why we're working so hard on the next screen. That is too high, right? Yeah, that's all above me. This path really doesn't get me anywhere. We need to be up there. It really doesn't. We're not trying to hit a button anymore. We're just trying to get up onto the path. Not like a secret tunnel or something, is there? No. This is a stumper. Can I get further west? Further west is like a cliff area. Yeah, River Cliff. And there's no other maps over there. So any way I can go to the west, would coming from the next screen help me get west? That's a question. It would get me up here. It would jump across. There. It would open this. Yes, because I could jump down here up to that mass and then jump across the river from there. What about lily pads? Am I overlooking lily pads? I might be overlooking lily pads. But I seem... Oh, wait. Yeah, we are. Boom. Lily pads. We did it. Okay, now we're in Mystery Cave. And there are boxes in Mystery Cave. There's one. There's one. Mana up to the Reckless Air. But there's one more box here that we must reach. We must reach it. I see what we're doing. Alright, Mystery Cave is done. It was very mysterious. Now I'm getting up here. Now I'm turning those on. Prompto's going crazy out there for some reason. Oh, where am I going? No, that was right. I'm going to stop waiting for 2 minutes. I'll be right back. All right, my lady wife just got home, so I'm going to wrap this up here. And I might be back on streaming later tonight. I don't know. We got some stuff to take care of, so we'll call it here for now. When we come back, we might go back to the library and burn all our library checks. We'll have to see how it goes. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Sleep well.